In pre-Christian societies, clothing was not just a matter of covering oneself. It was an expression of identity, status, and culture. From ancient Egypt to pre-Columbian Americas, the types of clothing worn were as diverse as the societies themselves. In ancient Egypt, linen was the preferred fabric for clothing, due to its breathability and lightness in the hot climate. Wealthy individuals could afford more elaborate clothing, such as finely pleated kilts, while peasants wore simple loincloths. Women wore dresses that covered the entire body and were often pleated and decorated with jewelry. In ancient Greece, clothing was also an important marker of social status. The toga was worn by Roman citizens, while the himation was worn by Greeks. The peplos was a garment worn by women, consisting of a rectangle of fabric draped over the body and fastened at the shoulders. In pre-Columbian Americas, clothing varied widely depending on the region. In the Andes, the Inca Empire mandated clothing styles for different social classes. The nobility wore fine textiles, while peasants wore simple clothing made of wool or cotton. The Aztecs also had specific clothing styles for different social classes. The highest-ranking individuals wore clothing made of feathers, while commoners wore cotton or maguey fiber. In Northern Europe, the Vikings were known for their distinctive clothing. Wool was the main fabric used, and clothing was often dyed with natural colors such as madder root and woad. Men wore tunics and trousers, while women wore dresses and aprons. Both genders wore cloaks and hats for warmth. Overall, the types of clothing worn in pre-Christian societies were not just functional, but also symbolized cultural identity and social status. From linen kilts in ancient Egypt to feathered clothing in pre-Columbian Americas, clothing was a reflection of the unique societies that existed before Christianity became a dominant religion.